Hello and welcome back. In today's video we are going to be trying out two different Snowglobe Tumbler solutions. They are pre-made and ready to purchase from Andrea from Crafty Drunken Planet. The first one we're going to try is her suspended solution. So this is the one that will keep your glitters suspended in your snow globes. The glitter will not settle. The other one is her medium flow snow globe solution. So that is essentially just a regular snow globe tumbler solution, not too fast, not too slow of a flow, and they are both, like I say, pre-made. Andrea is a little bit of a wizard and she has concocted lots of different types of solutions, so I thought I would try out the two that are kind of opposite ends of the spectrum, if you will. And in case you're new here, my name is Hannah. I run a small business, the Little Isla Co. I am a glitter supplier here in the UK and I provide premium quality glitters for crafters and artists, and I'm going to be using two of them in today's video. I wanted to keep this as much of a fair, neutral test experiment as possible. So they are two different glitters, but they are from the same collection. So these are both from the Opalescent series. This one is called Pool Party. No, this one is called Poolside. This one is called Pool Party. So these solutions come in sealed bottles. So the lid will just pop off quite easily, but they are sealed so that you do not need to worry about leaking solutions when you order them from Andrea. Some of them even have this leak-proof seal sticker on it. All I'm going to do to begin with is decant these into my little squeezy bottles. It just makes it easier to get them inside the snow globe. So let's do that. Medium can go in here and then I'll do suspended in here. I hate this type of bottle. I hate them, but all of my others are like the plain old school like ketchup bottles are used up with other solutions. So we're just gonna have to go work with what we have got for now. So for this one, I've only poured about 200 millilitres of it because I seem to recall, on average, these snow globes take about 200 millilitres of solution per snow globe. And the medium flow. So then, let me bring you in a little bit closer. We are going to use Pool Party glitter in the pink lid tumbler with the medium flow, and we are going to use Poolside chunky glitter in the green lid snow globe with the suspended solution. So with every single snow globe, whether I use a suspended solution or what, I always prime my tumbler with a teeny tiny bit of distilled water just in the bottom, usually up to about here. Just really so that when you put the glitter in, it doesn't land straight into a dry cup and get stuck in that rim. It's more just so it lands into water and it helps to disperse it straight away before you've even started. So this is personal preference. You do not have to do this. You can completely skip this step if you would like to. But obviously, given that we are trying to keep this an equal, fair experiment, I have put a little bit of distilled water, the same amount, in both snow globes. So I am very old school when it comes to how I get my glitter in. I don't use any fancy funnels. I literally just use a little bit of masking tape and I create a kind of makeshift funnel. So then Poolside, this glitter is possibly my favourite ever pink glitter. And I'm not a pink girl, as you know, I am purple through and through, but this, I'm not even sure if it's going to pick up because the lighting in here is not great, but I mean, it is another level, this one. So this is Pool Party Chunky Glitter Mix. This is also available from my shop in the fine glitter mix, if you are a fine glitter kind of gal. And then I just tend to use one of these. This is just a hand massage tool. You can handshake in the glitter, but I like to make my life easier. So I'm going to use this. got both Snowglobe tumblers full of the glitter, a little bit of distilled water and the glitter. So now we can go straight in with the solution. This is my favorite bit. First up, we're going to do, this is the medium flow solution, and I don't actually know what is in these. I don't know what the ingredients are. I'm sure it probably does say on the bottle, but I don't actually know. So I tend to feel about that much, usually about halfway up. So I'm just using a temporary stopper. This is just a cork stopper from Resin Rockers, which I'm so sorry. I used to stock these, I do not any longer. You can get them from Resin Rockers directly, but they are obviously based in America. So if you are in the UK, you might find these are quite difficult to get hold of. So I just used the hand massage tool then again, just to try and get that glitter moving out of the rim. So a really, really good shake up. As you can see, it's only about halfway full. So now we can fill it up with the rest of the solution. So that is full to the top. So we can just give this another shake up and see how this is looking now that it's full. Look at that. That is stunning. I can't get over that. Right. But personally, I mean, this is personal preference, and this is why we're doing this experiment, because my personal preference with Snowglobe Tumblers is a suspended look rather than a flowing glitter flow like that. So if I love that one that much, I can only imagine how much I'm going to love this one. So let's get this one filled up. This is the suspended solution. Normally with suspended flow snow globes, I would do it a different way to this. I would normally go a little bit of the suspended solution, then the glitter, and then more of the solution, kind of like a sandwich, because I find it helps to disperse the glitter a bit more easily that way. But for the purpose of this video and in the interest of making them the same, I've done it the same way. I've used the same method. Okay, so this is now full. Obviously there is a huge air bubble. I don't know if you will be able to see that, but this is all just where it will degas. The glitter will release air, and so there is going to be air bubbles in the solution. So when it's finished degassing, you then top it up with your solution, and then there will be no more air bubbles. Actually, we can top that up a bit more. There is space. So this is the suspended solution, completely full up and shaken up. I mean, wow. So these will now need to be left about 24 to 48 hours to degas, which basically is just the process of the glitter fully saturating the solution so it can free up any trapped air, and then obviously we'll be left with that gap at the top, and then we can top it up with solution, and then it will be completely finished. But for a first impression, these are both amazing. I mean, obviously I would like to take credit for them looking the way that they look because of the glitter making them look that amazing, which I do think it is partly, but I also think it is the solution. I have made a previous video about the suspended solution from Andrea before, so if you want to have a look at that, there is a whole separate video on that several videos ago, so scroll back and you'll find that. But I said it then and I will say it again, that is a suspended solution. And if you are a Snowglobe tumbler maker in the UK, you will probably have already experienced how difficult it is to truly achieve that, because the only other substance that we can use, in my experience, is Elmer's Magical Liquid. But the UK version of the Elmer's Magical Liquid does not work. There is a missing ingredient in the UK version that the US version has, and we do not. that makes it stay suspended. So I will never be able to wrap my head around what Andrea has done to make this. I am going to also leave this on the side, maybe on the shelf in this room for maybe a week, maybe 2, and then I will not touch it. So I will come back and show you how it's looking then, just to see if it is truly a suspended solution. This one in the medium flow solution, as you saw, was flowing beautifully and is now settled. That's just so stunning. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and show you these from my viewpoint because they are so stunning. So here they both are stood up next to each other. I'm sorry the lighting is not brilliant in here today. It is a horrible, dark, dingy, in fact snowy day here in the UK today, so therefore it is really quite dark even with my ring light on, so I'm sorry for that, but you can see already, I mean, just look at the twinkle as that glitter flows. And then on this one, this is the suspended, obviously the glitter is just not moving, it is just staying beautifully still. The next clip you will see will be 2 weeks later, so in 2 weeks from today, and you will see if the suspended solution is still suspended. I have to be honest, I did not make it to 2 weeks because I got way too impatient. So this is the suspended solution snow globe after it's been just over a week. So, okay, it has definitely settled, which is strange because the last time I made it with this solution, it didn't settle at all. So I'm surprised at that. And I'm wondering whether that's because I put the distilled water in at the beginning. Maybe it kind of diluted the hold on the suspended solution. But anyway, nonetheless, this is just over a week after I made this. So it has been sat like this. I physically have not touched it that entire time. And now this is where we're at. So in my opinion, I would still say that still can, what's the word I'm looking for now? There we go. Sorry, I needed both hands. So once you've shaken it up, as you can see, that is completely suspended and still there's no flow to it. It's not like it's moving around. That is completely suspended and still. My personal opinion is that this solution can 100% fulfill its role as a suspended solution snow globe tumbler maker, especially if you're in the UK and you do not have access to US magical liquid, like the Elmer's magical liquid. So I know Andrea stocks varying different snow globe solutions, all pre-made, so easy. She obviously has the medium flow and the suspended, but she also has, from memory, she has a fast flow, a slow flow. She has a magic solution, which is specifically designed for the colourful swirl effect tumblers. If you've seen those before, where you essentially use a syringe to kind of pipe in the liquid that is already mixed with colourant, whether you use paint or pigment. So then you kind of syringe it in and it will not move. So you end up with this kind of colourful swirl effect inside the tumbler. That's what that solution is designed for. So I'm sure she has others, but they're the ones I can remember off the top of my head. And they are truly game changers. If you do not want to go and buy big, bulky bottles of vegetable glycerin or glue or distilled water, maybe you don't make that many snow globes and you don't need to have that much solution made up at any given time. These little bottles are ideal. I mean, literally they come like this. I store mine on a shelf or in my crafting tub if I'm using it. And it comes in so handy. I love them. So I would like to say a huge thank you to Andrea for so kindly sending me these solutions to try out for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like the video and please consider subscribing. I would love to have you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and I will see you in the next one.